Hello YouTube, and welcome to a quick update or product review on the Atlas 45-foot ONE containers. Got some good and some bad. Obviously, the way Atlas has been going lately, it's a little bit more bad than good, but let's go ahead and continue on with the review. So, looking at the package, it's pretty much Atlas's typical quick wrap staple job package, and I mean, for the money that they're charging for the new Atlas containers, it's, you know, a little skimping on the packaging, and the reason why, I had to go through a few packages at the hobby store, just because you can see right here, pretty much all these, the paint's kind of rubbed off, and that's because these things are just kind of clanging back and forth in the package. So let's go ahead and open them up. It did take a few tries, like I said, to try and find a package that wasn't beaten up in shipping, but I'm pretty certain, I remember in the past, I'm not sure if it was Atlas, but they did basically put in a clear plastic tray to sort of hold the containers separated when they were in the poly bag like that. But as you can see, yeah, $60 for 3 containers, which makes them about 20 bucks each, and you know, they've been bouncing around the box so much that they have some damage. So these ones kind of fared a little bit better than most of the ones that I've seen, but you know, it's kind of damaged. But let's go ahead and move on with the update. In terms of the pink, yeah, they pretty much nailed it. It's as close to, you know, the real thing as I can see. I've, you know, compared some photographs, and you know, not the brand new ones, but the ones obviously been out on the road a little while. They've taken a little sun, a little UV. This, you know, matches pretty much perfect. One thing I will commend Atlas on is the door latches at the back. They now look like they're separately applied decals. Don't really know if they're metal. I'm gonna guess they're plastic, knowing Atlas, but looking at, you know, the numbering, things of that nature, it's super crisp, super clear, super tiny, right? I actually have a hard time even reading, you know, with the naked eye, what some of these details are. Excuse me. So, you know, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm guessing post-COVID, you know, prices on everything are pretty much probably going to go up, but I just wanted to, you know, bring up to you guys that, you know, these containers, even though they're hard to find, they are still in supply in a few hobby shops. Like I said, George's had about 4 packages, so 2 packs of the first number run, and then 2 packs of the second number run. I obviously grabbed one because, again, most of them either had their pins completely flattened, or even some had them ripped off and they had some damage up there. So just a note to you guys over at Atlas, right? If you're charging so much for, you know, literally injection molded boxes that are painted, you really do have to protect them a little bit better in packaging and shipping, because, you know, if these things weren't so hard to find, I would definitely complain about that. Right. Doesn't look so bad on camera, but when you're looking at it the naked eye, it's exactly what it draws you to, or those defects. Now, looking at, obviously, comparison, right? You know, that pink is pretty darn close, right? And again, these are just some no-name Australian containers. You know, I can't really complain about pins here because, again, there's nothing on the top, there's nothing on the bottom, right? It's females all around. So these ones will be nice because I can at least try and stack them, you know, lock them in with other containers that I have. Now, rumor has it, Athern's also got a release of the pink ones and the white ones, and then obviously Walthers is selling the singles, but I mean, for what they charge for a single, you might as well make sure you get all 3 the same and not duplicate container numbers. So that's why I ended up going with the Atlas. So that's about it for this part of the review. I'm probably going to give these 7.5 out of 10, just based on, you know, beaten up holes on the top, beaten up pins at the bottom, and then just the overall price. Now I know George's is not the cheapest place around, but obviously you guys got to support your local hobby shops, right? They're my local brick and mortar store, as much as I hate paying $5 more there than I do everywhere else. You got to support them, otherwise they're not going to be there in the future, guys. So that's about it for the review part of the update. Moving on, I'm going to show you guys how I make some decals. So I mean, I know a few of you guys were sort of asking how I do my decals and whatnot, so pretty much here I'm going to show you. So right in front of me I've got just basically Microsoft PowerPoint, right? And what I end up doing is I'll end up scanning in say one of the original decal sheets, or in this case Walther's cardstock that they expect you to glue on, right? So I'll scan this in just so I can have, you know, a one-to-one mapping of, you know, what the original size of the decal or whatever was supposed to be, and then I can represent that up on the screen. So as I was saying, I just use PowerPoint because I can zoom in, zoom out, and draw boxes quite easily around everything. You guys can use Photoshop. It really doesn't matter the application. For all, you know, I care, you can literally use Microsoft Paint, right? Doesn't make a difference as long as you can get the image in there, sort of scale it and whatever, right? Again, I like this because I can layer things and whatever, and you know, create my own sort of, I guess, logos or signs, decals, whatever, right? So what I do basically is just, you know, after I've scanned this in, you know, mock up my artwork. And again, you know, it's nowhere fancy. I'm not an artist. I don't draw, so don't think any of these were sort of originally created by myself, right? All I do is I go on Google or whatnot and just search for street signs or whatever sign I'm kind of looking at, and basically, you know, download it, copy, paste, sort of scale it up, right? Then what I do next essentially is I do a test print just on normal paper, right? And you'll see that happening down here in the corner. Essentially I just do the test print, right? And that gives me the initial sheet, so I know if I need to resize anything, right? So this is the test print there. So as you can see, you know, I sort of do that, you know, grab a structure, you know, if I'm making a sign for the structure, I make sure it fits in scale, whatever, right? If not, I go back, resize it within the application, and then, you know, keep test printing from there, because again, these decal sheets aren't cheap, right? I know there's a few different brands out there. Myself, personally, I've had the best results or success with the Expert's Choice. It's made by Bare Metal Products. And as you can see, you know, one sheet's $5. So, I mean, you really don't want to be wasteful with these. So, basically, once I've got, you know, everything sort of positioned the way I want it, then I go ahead and print it on the decal sheet. Again, you want to make sure one side's glossy. That's the side that you print on. The other side, obviously, it says, you know, Expert's Choice modeling, whatever, decal sheets on the back. One side's got printing, one side doesn't. Obviously, you want to print on the side that doesn't have the printing on it. Word of advice or word of caution, make sure you know which way your printer prints and loads the paper before you do that, because obviously you don't want to print on the wrong side because it just makes an absolute mess. But as you can see, printout comes out, you know, pretty nicely. It's all nice and shiny. I wouldn't touch it or start playing with it at this point. The ink's still wet, and it probably will be still wet for a little while longer. So then what I do after that is I hit it up with the Tester's Decal Bonder, right? And that's this stuff here. There you go, just so you can see it, right? And again, you know, shit's not cheap. You don't really get much in that can, so to speak. So obviously, you know, you want to do it very sparingly, but you do want to have a nice, even, thick coat. And as you can see, I'm spraying the crap out of it right now. But that's about it. You let that dry, and then sure enough, you'll have some great decals that basically you just cut out, use your standard micro sol, micro set, and go to town. So that's pretty much how I do decals. Here's a few shots of me, trying to apply a few of them. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. You just cut them out, let them soak, get them on the model, and away you go. And as you can see, I was a little cheeky with these ones. Don't know if you can see, or I'll see if I get the camera to focus in here a bit, but did do the 53 Metro Police donut division, and if you can tell, I've got the Homer Simpson donut there. Did one just as a joke. I'm gonna see how it looks. I do little funny things like that on my layout. Again, right, you'll see the Bob's Burgers burger sign there. And then another Metro Police donut division. And then a couple other things. So again, that's pretty much how I do custom decals. Again, I like the Expert's Choice paper. I don't like the Testers, just mainly because the Testers is not a full 8.5 by 11 sheet, so it's very difficult to get into the printer. But that's about it for how I do decals. See you around, have fun, and enjoy.